going?
Hey,
Going good. It's going good. How are you all?
It's going good. It's a little warmer in the Northeast and compared to just a little bit, but it's bearable. And that's I mean I like cold weather, but I just don't want to get like some astronomical gas bill, even though I keep my house cold, just in case they think I need to make up for my neighbor who probably keep theirs on 80, but I'm just saying it's a little tad bit warmer. And
yes,
yeah, so that's always a bright spot, saving
yes.
money off of bills in the wintertime. You know what I mean?
But if it's not the heat in the winter, it's the air in the summer.
Summer. Yep.
The air in the summer, my air in the summer is, I never change it. I just switch it from cool to heat. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
when
and we don't go because, March, April, Billy got the air on. I can't be hot. Can't be hot.
he was saying that, what in the world?
Oh, he is like the sun.
He's hot.
He
I
is
mean,
like
he is
the
like
sun.
that too, but he's hot, like hot. You feel hot, you know what I mean? Like my doggone hands and feet be freezing, you know what I mean? But then
Oh,
I
wow.
just be like this, give it about 5 minutes, because I'm going to heat up. Once I heat up, you know, I'm like,
Girl,
yeah.
Kimmy had me in the car, Keisha, when
Oh,
we
she
drove
likes
down
it
to
cold.
Virginia.
Cold.
I was like,
I
And
look
go to
in the
Kimmy's house. She
wintertime in
wear
the
winter
car.
gear in the summer. Yeah.
In the wintertime,
Jose,
I keep the
Jose
air
likes
on in the car. I just be like, okay, I just don't, I can't do that heat. So, yeah, I know in the summer my bills is always higher because,
right.
but in the winter, my gas bill is usually low because when I tell you, we flip that to 66. And if you in here, you either make it or break it. You know what I mean? And even like my cousin, I even asked him because look, I have a little heater in my office, you know what I mean?
Right.
But I turn it off and on. But he like us. He be like, nope, I'm warm. I'm like, okay, cool, peace.
Y'all got hot blood because even with a hot flash, I'll be cold.
Do you? That's crazy. All right, this episode, I hate to touch on
Speaking
it.
of heating up,
Eating
yeah.
up. Yeah. Snoop Dogg, you know what I mean? It's in the news and not for I'm gonna say for something good. I mean, I'm gonna say because his choices and the choices it may not seem bad to somebody else, but to me, okay, I'll just won't go there. Snoop Dogg is in the news because he performed for the crypto ball, which is a part of the inauguration balls, so on and so on. And I just felt a way about that because I felt like just before. I mean, when was that? 2016 or 17, where he was very descriptive about
Mhm.
anybody that, stepped up to the plate to perform for the inauguration. So I don't even want to know what happened. I just want to know honestly how you feel and people around you, how you guys got feedback because I think that it was a little easy to interpret, but that's just my feeling. And I think that it's also unfair to Chris Michelle, you know what I mean? Where I see people justifying not just Snoop Dogg, but Nelly and Soldier Boy and these male figures where Chris Michelle was canceled instantly, you know what I mean? And has been for the last couple of years where she's getting nothing. Um,
Yeah.
and I think don't get me wrong, I'm not giving her a pass because I think that the choices you make is the choices you make. But my thing is Snoop Dogg. Let's just talk about Snoop Dogg and what and how y'all feel.
So you know that emoji. So I was like, why? Why? Because I really like
I
you.
do. I do.
Don't not let me like you because I
I
really
do.
like you. And I
I,
like the things that he's done. I know that he's do a lot of things for his community. He's especially young boys and the sports academies or the sports programs, I must say, that
yeah.
he has, and just the different things that he is doing to try to diversify himself in the just things in the Olympics and, a lot of good and positive things. So when that happens, no. So this goes to episode we talked about right, and right could be wrong, but maybe right. And we think that the reasoning behind this is because sometimes you may have to do a favor for somebody to help a friend out. Is that right or wrong? And so that was kind of hard. Now the other people, I was like, now you all know better. Now, especially when you come out with your explanation. Now I did see today, since we on Snoop, I'm gonna stick with Snoop. Since
Okay.
I did see today that he had he finally responded to the backlash,
Okay.
and he said, basically, I'm still a black man,
Hmm.
and I,
Hmm.
what do you do when you have, haters? And that is to still respond with love and success. I still, and I'm still here. I'm still with the community. Basically, that's what he was saying. Um, Again, we just had to avoid this. Why couldn't we avoid this?
his
I do
his
something
smack
else. Do
emoji.
something else. Yeah.
I'm gonna
Well,
let
I
y'all get
mean,
y'all's out because when I say mine, y'all gonna be like, cut.
um, one, I'm just disappointed. And
Yeah.
I'm disappointed because it's a complete 180 from
Yeah.
where you were 4 years ago.
Hmm.
That's number one. Um, Number two, even if your reasoning behind it was to support a friend or what had been done for a friend, we start to get in the murky borders of um, clemency versus pardoning, someone actually being innocent versus reducing a sentence because you actually still did it, right? Or you had some parts of it. I think Kimmy alluded to it in a previous episode. We were talking about friendships and not judging them, but then making me a part of something that you had done. Even if I love you and I look up to you, and the president decided that he was going to pardon you, right? Then that's doing the right thing. I shouldn't have to owe you anything because that's what you did. You should have been doing it for the right reason, not to get a favor in the pocket. So that's number one. And again, number two is just that you did a 180 from where you were. In Kimmy's words, you were very descriptive about someone who was, with the name calling and the fact that you would do the performance and the fact that you would do this. And I think the difference, as Kimmy was pointing out, between a Nelly and a Snoop and a Chrisette Michelle was that Chrisette didn't have the crossover success that Snoop and Nelly have had. So even if you lose some of your supporters, you still have so many more from a Snoop and Nelly perspective, whereas Chrisette didn't. She simply was, within the soul and R&B genre and had not
Yeah.
crossed over.
But
And part of the reason why she was asked was because you couldn't get anybody else because other people weren't willing to do it. And that's something you kind of need to look at or whatever. And so I'm just disappointed in my brother. That at the end of the day, that's all I really have to say. I'm disappointed in the choices that you made because we're all sitting here trying to figure out and navigate how we support each other as best we possibly can. And the person that you're supporting, if you just give them an inch, they just take it just to a whole different extreme. And yeah, I don't even know what else. I'm just really disappointed, and I don't think it's a way he can justify it to me. And to me, saying that you still a black man, well, then that's obvious because we know that ain't changing. You saying stuff that's obvious. You're not giving a reason as to really why you did it. So,
but a side note, as far as Nelly, since you did mention Nelly, Ashanti is catching the strays from it because a lot of her business, some people don't want to do business with her because of his choice.
yep. That's her husband. Exactly. So then, and then his reasoning, we ain't gonna even go
Oh
there
yeah,
because
his
his
reason was
reasoning didn't even,
crazy.
it was
It
just
made no
crazy.
sense. So did Soldier
Made
Boy.
no
I listened
sense.
to that. I was like, okay, craziness,
Yep.
craziness.
So,
Okay, so my thought is, okay, I'm gonna start with Snoop. When you make a decision because you're looking out for your friend, Okay, I'm assuming that's what he confirmed about his friend or whatever. Um, then you put a put your friend in this category where your image, because we have to think about it. The image that he has is not something that you can negotiate. You know what I mean? You started off with us. You know what I mean? Now you done crossed over, and all genres and people and whatever love Snoop, okay? But keep in mind, when somebody is against your interest, and I say this all the time, against your interest, there is no gray area.
That's true.
And
That's
and,
true.
and we have to as people of color mean what we say. You know what I mean? So if you chose that, that doesn't mean, and I'm just will not be a part of someone bashing him, but I will not support him anymore because it came down to what served your best interest. That was your friend that served your best interest. Then that means you couldn't serve my best interest because you then now took hands and shook and danced for a person that does not have our interest. How do we speak about this in the first week? And so many things have happened to people of color.
Color.
And you're silent now. So I'm
Hmm.
just a little confused. And I didn't want to bring in the other person that I was talking about earlier today. You cannot waver and try to justify something that is only going to satisfy you. You are a public figure, the public. You know what I mean? You put yourself in this position. We're not in this position, but our dollars support you. So we have the right to pull our dollars back because you don't support our interests anymore. You see what I'm saying? So you still got a whole spectrum of people that will be buying your things and seeing you. You was at the Olympics, he was getting paid 500,000 a day. A day. How much money do you need? You see what I'm saying? I'm
All
just
money
being
ain't good
honest.
money. All money ain't good
All
money.
money is not good money. And you
It's
know what
not
I
good
mean?
money.
So it's if you want to be shucking and jiving on your time, that's fine. Just remember that everybody don't have to raise the middle finger and go and call you names or whatever, because I think that's nonsense too. But don't expect us to act like we have your privilege when we don't. That's just mine in a nutshell. I don't dislike Snoop, but I will not support him. If someone even comes, another Snoop, Nelly, Soldier Boy, and well, I'm not even gonna put Soldier Boy because I don't know what he was talking about. Okay, because that was just a bunch of
Nonsense.
foolishness and ignorance. Okay, Nelly, he should have thought about his wife because his wife has a career too, and you guys are linked at the hip, so you tanked her too. You see what I'm saying? And I'm sorry because people look at y'all together. Y'all just got married. Y'all just had a child. You cannot make us think that you're speaking separately. You see what I'm saying? I'm
And
not
they
going to
got a
believe
show
it.
that's coming up soon.
Won't be watched.
No.
I'll just be honest. Won't be watched. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to put dollars into people's pockets where you don't care how I survive as a person of color. I'm just saying, I'm just going to be honest. So, I think this was short and sweet to the point, but the honest of God, y'all can give your final thought. My final thought is, I feel very passionate about standing my beliefs and not just for what I believe, but what I know hurt people of color. And it doesn't just have to be, you performing for someone who honestly can't tell you in no other different way that he does not like people of color. And you can choose to put some ice cream on the top and there's still a pile of shit at the bottom. I'm just saying
Yeah.
and make you think that he cares, and that's okay because everyone has a choice. That's my final thought. I will not support him. Chauncey, your final thought.
My final thought would be, I liked you from a distance to begin with, but I won't be supporting either. Because again, you cannot, the whole let's just get along thing, we're beyond that phase now. And so, if we were in different times, maybe so, but we're no longer there. and it's a do or die situation in almost every scenario possible. And so, yeah, I just won't be supporting.
Yeah.
My final thought is that I am, like Chauncey said earlier, I'm disappointed,
Mhm.
and I hope and pray that something is said or done that's redeemable, because I do think that he knows that it's a mistake. Actually, I'm kind of surprised at his wife, because she kind of runs this thing, boss lady. So I was like, why did she let him accept it? But anyway, that's just a side note. She's usually pretty on about things
It
he
doesn't mean to
has
listen
done and
though.
said. Yeah, that's true. She's pretty
Doesn't mean
on.
to listen.
So
Yeah.
I'm just holding out hope, but I am very disappointed. And yeah, I can't rock right now. I can't rock it.
I'm gonna say this one more final thought. It's not that I can't rock. I like that saying with you, but when you start to peel back the layers on people and start to really fill out the blanks that's been there, you'll start to discover that this instance wasn't the first time something was happening. You know what I mean? And when you start to look at not just for people of color, I'm talking about exploiting women. You see what I'm saying? Doing things that it it does it work for you here, but it doesn't work for you there. You see what I'm saying? And when I say exploiting women, you run in porn and all kinds of other things, but that's okay. You see what I'm saying?
Well, because you're supposed to level up, right? We're supposed to be
Yeah, that's
leveling up as
right.
we get older.
We
We're supposed
gotta
to be
we
making
But I was thinking
smarter
that
choices.
that's what that was thinking that is
You see
what
what
he's
I'm saying?
been doing
Strip
over the
clubs
past
and all
couple of
kinds of
years.
things where young
No,
minor
first one.
girls is running through places and until you get shut down. We think about P. Diddy. You see what I'm saying? To you get jammed up or you get called out, then you know what I mean? And I go back to this. I hope, Keisha, you're right. Things are become redeemable for anybody who wants to be redeemed. That's what I'm saying. Be redeemed. I'm talking about Snoop, Michelle, Chrisette Michelle, you know what I mean? Nelly, Soldier Boy, and not let me cross him off because he don't even got the good common sense that God gave him to even try to come across sensible. So I'm just gonna say that group right there. But it's a whole laundry list of others that are shucking and jiving as we speak right now because they think that what is happening to some people over here is never going to happen to them because they have money. You may have
That's
money,
true.
but you're not wealthy. And that's a whole different beast and a different mindset that makes them classify you still beneath them. So you can keep playing around and acting like it doesn't, but it's going to
Yeah.
come back. I'm just saying. So,
It is.
it's going to come back. So, thank you, ladies. This was good. So joining me today is
This is your girl Chauncey, and sometimes we just have to stop and think about the ramifications of what it is that we're going to do for the bigger picture as a whole, for our community.
mm-hmm. Yeah, like that, Chauncey. Go ahead, Keisha.
Very good. Very good. I can't come behind that. Just girl, Keisha, learn and grow in your own lane.
Yeah. All right. And I'm your girl, Kimmy. Have a wonderful week on purpose and join us next Wednesday when we drop a new episode. Take care.